Alex Pereria versus Yuri Procházka 2 is this Saturday's main event. And man, talk about a badass fight, man. Of course, the UFC will book this fight to replace Conor versus Chandler. I mean, it's two freaking warriors that were born in the wrong time about to duke it out once more. And man, they're going to do that badass stare down at each other again. You know, the one when they're both doing that thing when they're looking at each other's souls. That camera work last time was giving me classic Pride vibes, man. And I have to admit, this rematch has been long overdue. Every time I look back at the first fight, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I'm talking about how it ended, of course. The stoppage was terrible. And this rematch is meant to set things right and finally determine who is the greatest light heavyweight. There's no denying that the last fight was controversial, and every time I rewatch it, the stoppage seems quicker and worse than before. Hopefully Mark Goddard isn't refereeing. We need Mario Yamasaki if anything. None of these Herb Dean nonsense. Nah, I'm just kidding. In all seriousness though, any ref besides Mark would be good. Now, I want to add that this rematch is going to be very interesting because if you go back to the very first fight, it was very competitive. Alex was chopping at Yuri's legs, but Yuri found success on the feet due to his unpredictability. He was consistently feinting, keeping his hands low, trying to grapple, mixing the level changes and uppercuts. He was just so unpredictable. Yuri in general is just so unpredictable. Yuri was doing well, but as we all know, Alex landed that left hand on Yuri and dropped him. And like I mentioned earlier, it seems like a quick stoppage, and the fight probably could have continued. Now, we're going to see if Alex can do it again. I'm pretty confident that Alex will win again. I will give Yuri a very small chance. Not saying it's impossible, but I doubt it. But in the same time, we can't forget about Yuri's crazy amount of power that he has. But man, even then, my issue with Yuri is that he doesn't check leg kicks. If you look back at his very first fight with Alex, you see that his legs were getting badly damaged. He lost the first round because of the leg kicks. Yuri was winning the second round, but he got caught. However, it's not like he had no chance. He's Yuri Procházka. He can always pull off a finish. He is incredibly tough to beat, but still, I think this time those leg kicks are going to mess up Yuri's movement, and eventually I feel like that left hand is going to land once again. Let's be real though. Yuri got caught because he was taking too much damage to his leg. He doesn't stand a chance if he can't check a leg kick. That's why he got caught. He had to go for it, or his leg would have given out before the 25-minute mark, when he rushed in and he got knocked out. Yuri's style just can't last against Alex unless he finishes it early before the leg kicks destroy him, because Alex is ultimately a nightmare matchup for Yuri Procházka. Now, you're probably thinking Yuri could rush in and try to finish it quickly to avoid the leg kicks. Sure, he can do that, but I still don't think he'll be able to finish Alex. Eventually, Alex is going to land those leg kicks again, and this time I think he's going to knock out Yuri. Look, the downside of Yuri's unpredictability leaves him wide open to get hit with another left hand. He's been rocked by every fighter he's faced in the UFC, and while he often comes back to knock out his opponents, I don't think that strategy is going to work well against Alex. I'm telling you, man. And I just don't think Yuri has improved that much. I mean, Rakic was chopping down Yuri's legs down too, and Yuri was taking some bombs. But granted, Yuri did win that fight, but you can't compare the two fighters between Alex and Rakic, man. I honestly think for Yuri to win this fight, he needs to grapple more, but even then, Alex proved to be really good when he was on the ground, and I just think in general, Yuri needs to find somehow to avoid those kicks of Alex, or he's not going to win, I'm telling you. And as what Alex showed against Hill, it seemed like he's more comfortable now in the light heavyweight division. We're going to see more of a hungry Alex, but in the same time, we're going to see a hungry Yuri, okay? This dude is a freaking samurai, and I actually think you can go either way, but I don't know, I just feel so confident for Alex, man. I saw Potan's training footage, and this guy is teaching his sparring partners to fight like Yuri. He felt his style, he will adapt even better this time. I just really don't think Yuri is that guy, and maybe I'm wrong, who knows, but I just don't see it. If anything, I think the person to actually beat Alex is probably Magomed Ankalaev, and until that matchup happens, I feel like Alex is going to be the champion. Now, with all that being said, I think this fight is going to end either way in the second or third round. I do not see it going to championship rounds at all. I just don't. And look, dude, I'm not choosing one side. I just hate that these two guys have to fight each other because they are both great guys. I don't want either one to lose. Both guys have unique personalities, and I think the UFC wants Alex Pereira to win. But I can guarantee one thing for this fight though, and that is that this fight will not be a boring fight. This fight is gonna be a freaking banger, bro. And it just sucks that there has to be a loser in this fight, because like I said earlier, I love both of these fighters. But dude, I just can't wait for this fight, man. I'm too excited, man. But with all that being said, who do you guys think is gonna win this Saturday? And do you guys agree with me or not? Overall, let me know in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, man. And like always guys, I'll see you guys on my next one.